in the late game. Uh-oh. Nicely done. Using that ridge to protect FireBatHero from having sight of those tanks as they went in. And then looks like FireBatHero is going to do the same thing back, though, moving his tanks in slightly and setting up really nice positions on those high ground. Getting shelled a little bit from below, but FireBatHero again still with the high ground advantage, still in a good position here. Flash just barely holding on to that low ground there, although the wedge just getting slowly driven further and further and further in. But it's like he's opening up a hole in Flash's defenses, but he doesn't have anything to sometimes I realize that the sentences I'm about to say are just not good to say, and so, oh come on, at least A-move them so they can kill some tanks off, man. What are you doing? There you go. Go kill that tank. Good. Kill one tank at least for sacrificing all. And here Flash trying to move out, trying to take that advantage, the high ground advantage away from FireBatHero. FireBatHero coming in with these tanks as well, dropping all over Flash's forces. A decent drop. Could have done better dropping a little bit farther back, though. It looks like FireBatHero is going to lose this battle. No! Flash is going to take that battle, and now FireBatHero has a very, very only tenuous hold on this high ground advantage. Flash has taken out a lot of his forces there. FireBatHero diverting some tanks from unneeded locations, and now Flash is going to be able to mine that base as well, which is going to put Flash on a huge advantage again. Economically, they're just starting to mine out. FireBatHero had kept him from mining that one base, so he's only a couple bases ahead, but now Flash is going to be so far ahead economically. Look at that, nice juicy 5,000 gas mine. Juicy minerals there as well. All full minerals, and wow, so FireBatHero may have squandered his advantage here. That one last drop, if he dropped a little bit more on Flash's troops, if he'd done a rolling drop, that would have been so much better. He wouldn't have gotten ranged by the siege tanks at the end there and had all of his forces die. So FireBatHero is going to have to now kind of fight back in. Looks like Flash is trying to move up the center now. FireBatHero has had to divert forces from his firing line across the middle of the map, and Flash may be able to do the same thing that FireBatHero has. They're almost forming like a yin-yang here in the middle, with FireBatHero forcing his wedge up the right, and Flash starting to force a wedge up the left side, or down the left side of the map, I guess. Although it looks like Flash has stopped there. He hasn't quite decided. I think there are still some tanks in the middle there. Still going to be hard to move into that tank line and the turrets and everything. But now Flash is pushing across the middle here, sieging up here. FireBatHero sieges up first, though, in position to stop this thrust across the middle. So it looks like both players are just going to get halted there. But man, I can see this now as just kind of rolling downhill towards a win for Flash right now, because he's just still has the economic advantage, and it's too bad because FireBatHero, he really needs a good solid win to give him some confidence so he can actually get back to his top level, because confidence does play a big role in Pro StarCraft, and your abilities. And so if he got a good big win against a top player like Flash, if he'd broken Flash's TVT streak, that would have been huge. It would have been huge for his own confidence and improving himself, his own ability as well, to others. And so that would have been a huge major boon for his confidence. But it looks like it's not quite going to happen. Hopefully he can at least take some solace and some confidence from the fact that he's well, I don't want to say almost beaten, but really given a good fight to the best TVT player ever, and really put the hurt on him. Now we're seeing the BCs come out. I was going to mention that before. We saw the physics lab a little bit ago. So as Flash's troops die, he's going to start refilling his supply with BCs instead. Did I say Flash? I meant FireBatHero. He's going to start refilling with BCs instead. They can be a really good bunker buster in situations like this, because obviously the Yamato. Ooh, are they within range of each other? Oh man, just out of range, I guess. Barely out of range somehow. I would think that those guys were in range. But anyways, they're going to be able to Yamato tanks, pick them off, and that can actually even force open a hole for your ground troops to move in. His turrets are a little bit far back, so he doesn't even need the Yamato. He can move in with BCs. Flash is like, oh crap, get my Goliaths out. Only got a single Goliath there. And look at FireBatHero microing his battle cruisers. That is awesome. He's taking less hits from the turrets that way. That was just oh man. I can hear the Korean announcers laughing at that too. I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? Anyway, so he's getting a third battlecruiser out. He may, I guess he could theoretically break Flash's defenses here just with these battlecruisers if he can chip away at them enough. At the very least, it'll get him a little bit of an advantage. Start wasting the money that Flash has been building up by having been maxed out. Flash doing a huge rolling drop across the middle while moving forces across the middle as well. Combining his armies in a huge attack across the middle where FireBatHero is weak. FireBatHero has a little bit of a minefield protecting, but now FireBatHero is on the low ground if Flash decides to go right, but he's not. He's going to go straight down the middle of this minefield, really helping him out a lot. Now he's going to start moving into sieged position, though. A position that FireBatHero has sieged up. No, never mind. Those are turrets. Those are not sieged positions. So this is really bad for FireBatHero. Flash moving down the center is going to be able to come in with a little bit of a pincher attack and attack from the left side, although in the meantime those BCs are cleaning up all of Flash's forces. Both players going all out now. Wow. Mines going oh, nice mine, taking out a lot of tanks there, weakening the rest, and those mines actually may have saved FireBatHero. And he's able to move in close enough. Those BCs picked off the tanks enough that he was able to move in close enough with his ground forces to take out that location. Now he's going to be able to move in his own command center and start mining from that base, which is one of the freshest bases. He needs to move that CC in. Come on, go CC. He's actually moving up the side. Oh man, there's a ton of turrets. The BCs are not going to be able to do well up there, but there's only 3 tanks in that position, and Flash, I don't know where Flash's troops are. He just used up a lot of them trying to break up the middle and wasted a lot of them. Now those BCs are going to be able to take out those 3 tanks, and once those 3 tanks are gone, just a couple of vultures could go in and easily clear out all those turrets. I don't think that Flash can get his forces across that line to reinforce that bottom right location now. Both players are barely mining now. It looks like they're mined out at all their bases. Flash is just mining that bottom right now. FireBatHero, it looks like he's just going to start mining at that 3 o'clock position, and he doesn't really have anything else mining at the moment. Flash has a huge force, though, built up. Flash has a huge force of tanks, and now he's moving in. He's moving into the siege position, but he has way more tanks. FireBatHero desperately trying to redirect as many forces in this battle as possible. There's too many Goliaths. The BCs are going to have to fall back. He's going to lose this base as well. Flash does not have, FireBatHero did not have time to take that high ground position with his tanks. And Flash just had too much economy for too long, was able to re-macro up a huge army very quickly and overrun FireBatHero's troops. They're showing FireBatHero not producing forces at any of his, well, at some of his factories, obviously. And FireBatHero has lost control of that position. Flash is now going to be able to come back in here and start send those SCVs to continue mining at that bottom right position. I think that just sealed the deal for Flash. FireBatHero's one chance was to secure that location, and it didn't quite work out for him. A really nice attack there with the BCs clearing things out, but Flash in the meantime was already preparing the counterstroke. Preparing those Goliaths and the tanks to come in from behind, and then FireBatHero, in moving down to attack Flash, had actually lost his high ground advantage, and then Flash had the high ground there, and now he's going to lose his BCs to this nice Goliath drop right underneath them. Not enough tanks to hold that off, and so Flash is going to get clean up FireBatHero's forces then. But man, there's GG coming from FireBatHero, so close. So close, but no cigar. Anyway, yeah, wow. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. So FireBatHero is so disappointed. He had that game at a couple points, but Flash just too good. And wow, just out-macroed him. Like I said, FireBatHero, he needed to stop Flash from mining so many bases, and he could not quite stop Flash from mining all those bases. Flash just expanded way too much and secured the early positioning very early. And was able to hold those bases for longer as such. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope this game doesn't take forever to process like the last long game I did, Game 3 of the OSL semifinals. Hopefully I'll be able to get this up eventually. Yeah, take care.